This morning, I woke up feeling like I am not enough, not as a provider, not successful enough, not there yet. But you know what? I realized something. That feeling didn't start from inside of me. It started someplace else. Let me tell you what I've learned. My name is Gerald, and I am money drunk. And I am definitely a product of my environment. Where I grew up, all the fathers, they were all corporate executives, or they were lawyers or doctors. This was the water that I was swimming in. And this is the measuring stick that I went to college with. And when I started studying economics, and when that whole dream fell apart, then that measuring stick kind of got dissolved too. But I didn't get the memo. It's like trying to judge a fish on how well it can climb a tree. It just doesn't work that way. But I held on to that belief for a long time. And then now living with those judgments of other people, the judgments that have come from outside of myself, every relationship that ended because of financial strain, every job loss that I've ever had, it's all been part of that water that I was swimming in at one point, but I'm no longer swimming in anymore. And those judgments that I carried with me, those judgments that I knew that were part of me, I just accepted wholeheartedly as truth that this was the way that things are. And if I didn't measure up to them, then I was just worthless, that I am not enough. And years and decades of waking up with that shame makes me know deep down in my heart, this hole in my heart, that I can never be enough. Whew. If any of this is relatable, if any of this makes sense to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button now. And if you'd like to schedule a phone call, go ahead and hit the Calendly link below. So here's what I'm doing today. I say a couple of simple mantras. I say things like, I love you, Gerald. And I say things like, I love myself unconditionally. And so instead of believing those thoughts that are coming in from outside of me, instead of believing those judgments of people that I once trusted, I no longer believe those anymore. And I start to tell myself a different story. And the more and more I can tell that story, the more and more that I can reclaim my own voice. You see, I'm going to go and I'm going to share with some friends later on today. And those friends, they know me, they understand me. They understand my shortcomings, and they also understand my strengths as well too. And the more and more that I'm able to show up as myself, the more and more I can reclaim that voice. But the more and more I try and shrink and hide and try and pretend to be somebody that I'm not, try and pretend to say that I have this solution to help you make all of your financial dreams come true. No, that's not me. I'm not going to be the one that's going to be able to show you how to get from $0 to $10,000 a month. But what I can do is I can begin to have some empathy for myself. And I can show you what it's like to go from self-loathing and go from fear and judgment to go to having compassion for oneself. Being able to be right-sized and being able to see reality, what I can truly bring to this world. Not having to hide, not having to shrink, not having to be less than. One of my favorite movie quotes is from Bram Stoker's Dracula. And Dracula says to his beloved, I have crossed oceans of time to be with you. And that's how I finally feel about myself. I've crossed oceans of time to be with me, with the real me. Not the one who's hiding in financial shame, not the one who is embarrassed, still embarrassed about the things I did a month ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, 38 years ago. No longer willing to shrink to be less than. I'm willing to reclaim that voice and be myself. Here I am. So if this video meant anything to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And I'd love for you to leave a comment. What sort of money blocks are you running up against today? Where are you getting stopped? What's one thing that you could do today that could change your financial future? I'm not talking about a tactic. I'm not talking about saving $1,000. I'm talking about what's one thing that you can do to change your relationship with money. What's one thing that you can do to remind yourself that I am enough? And go ahead, schedule a call with me. Let's talk about this. Let's continue this conversation. And join me on this journey as I continue to get money sober. And watch this next video right here, because I put so much work and love into it.